I was holding this. I was holding the blue steel for a minute.
What is going on, everybody, over here at Ulysses Pub and Grill? We are talking 2-on-5. We are live here again at Ulysses Pub and Grill here in North Wilmington. One of the best watering holes this side of the Mississippi. Bill behind the bar serving up the drinks, excellent food here. Couldn't recommend it more. As you know, I am Jake. This is my boy Tom here. Tom, tell the people what's going on.
What's going on? I mean, like he said, I had a cheeseburger before the show, and it was top notch. So, get your cheeseburgers, get your food.
I got some crab dip coming to the table here in a second, so we're going
to be a problem for me. I'm a snacker. So.
All right, so like we said, like you saw on the socials, like we were talking about, we're here doing a little Eagles-Bills preview, kind of like an Eagles-Bill hype show. Looking in Eagles 9-1, heading back to the link after that big Monday night win in Kansas City, facing against the 6-5 Buffalo Bills. Obviously, heading into it, you're looking like, oh, Bills, 6-5, record's not that great. They had high expectations coming into the year. Eagles riding high, coming back home. This is going to be a runaway win. Doing my research and everything and looking just purely at the numbers. Like if you're a true box score watcher, a real casual, you'd look at this and be like, man, this is going to be a really tough game. When you just look at the X's and O's, they match up really well against the Eagles.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't really care what their record is. This is a team that's been in the AFC playoff picture, contender picture for the last several years. They have one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about his interceptions and his turnovers. He has 12.
Yeah.
That's not that
No,
bad.
It's nothing crazy.
He has 29 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
This is a guy that gets in the end zone. He's a gamer. He can make plays with his legs, with his arm. And I've respected Josh Allen for several years now. This guy he's a true playmaker to every sense of the word. He's what we thought Carson Wentz was going to be.
Yeah.
And he's that, but actually like a superstar.
No,
so
exactly.
You can't sleep on them. They have weapons. They have a defense. They're well coached. We know Sean McDermott very well.
Yeah.
As Eagles fans, he was on the Eagles staff in the Andy Reid days, and so we know what they're about. It's 6-5. That just means they need a win, and they're going to give everything they have, and it's going to be a tough game.
No, I mean, at this point in the schedule, we caught them at a really hard time because, like you said, they absolutely need a win. And look, Eagles are going to try to win every single game, as they should. It's the NFL. But at the end of the day, an AFC loss, not nearly as important as an NFC loss when we look at tiebreakers and everything. The Lions did lose on Thanksgiving, so that certainly gives them a little bit of breathing room. And they have the San Fran next week.
Yep.
So it's like falling into a lot of things where if you're looking at a potential for there being a trap game, this could possibly be it. You've got so many things that could be higher on their bulletin board than this Bills team. But after a loss to the Jets the way they did, I don't think there's a real chance they're going to be overlooking any team, especially when they're going to be heading into these games where if you lose this one and then by some chance you happen to lose to the Niners, that's a massive swing.
Yes.
I've said it a million times. They aren't losing to the Niners. We'll be back here next week at Ulysses talking about that. Yeah. They're not losing to the Niners at home. This is a game that they've had circled in the calendar since all of their players were bitching last year after the NFC Championship game. But like you said, Josh Allen is kind of exactly what you want in a franchise quarterback. Because I've said it on the pod, I've said it at the bar, I've said it with friends. You want a quarterback that has an above-average arm that can run if you need him to. Yep. And that's exactly what Josh Allen is.
Right, and he's been a little bit loose with the ball this year, but like I said, he is one of the best players in the NFL and one of the best quarterbacks, just alone in this position group. He's a top 5 to 7 guy. So we've seen the secondary get taken advantage of. Now, last week against the Chiefs, they played really well, and I hope to see that continue, but this is a team that can
the defense played really well.
Right, the defense played really well.
Yeah, the defense and DeAndre Swift and Devontae Smith played really well.
Right, and so what we really want to see is that to carry over for the defense for this game specifically against a team that has a quarterback that is known for being a playmaker. You're not. It's not like you go from Pat Mahomes to Tim Boyle. You know what I mean? You're going from Pat Mahomes to another top 5 to 7 quarterback in the NFL. So defense cannot fall asleep. You look at the ebb and flow of the league, and the Bills, they need a win, and the Eagles kind of are in that mode where it's like, okay, if they drop a game here, then they can win next week against the Niners, and they just beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
So like you said, this game falls in that spot where it's like, man, if they get caught slipping, they're not going to win this game. Like, they have to be on their P's and Q's tomorrow. And if they're not, this is a good enough team to catch them. You know what I mean? So,
100%. No, 100%. And I'm going to get right. That kind of brings me right into the matchups to watch. I was kind of hoping to save that a little bit, but it's too easy of a transition right into it. Also, for everybody here at Ulysses, if we say anything or if you have any thoughts that you just want to respond to, you want to hop on, we've got the White Glove Guest Mic right there. You see all these prizes right here. Come on. Give us your 10 cents. Answer a very easy trivia question. If you know Philadelphia sports, even at the very surface level, you'll be able to answer these questions. And it's a guaranteed win on the prize wheel. We have wonderful things from free car washes, delicious locally sourced sea salt. We got these awesome cups here, right, to see. Main prize, you can win one of our sweatshirts, merch right here. Portion of every sale of our merch goes to Eagles Autism, so you're getting that as well. And we're going to be buying you the shirt. So it's not like we're just giving it to you. A portion of you winning is going to Eagles Autism. So at any time, feel free to walk right up, grab the mic. We can talk Flyers. We can talk Eagles. Obviously, Eagles Bills is our main thing here. But we are here for you, the patrons at Ulysses. So at any time, just come on up, hop on, answer a trivia question, win a prize. Everybody's having a good time.
And also get your stateside drinks. Anything stateside is $6. It looks like Bill said $6. $6
stateside mixed drinks.
See the bar.
Seltzers, all of it.
Get the drinks.
Yeah, that's the Talkin 215 special here. Every Saturday we got the stateside special. Over here, Bill's serving it up nice and cold, nice and right. $6 stateside mixed drinks. You can't find that price anywhere else other than Ulysses Pub and Grill. But you're talking about the matchups and how Josh Allen's probably a top 7. I'd argue top 5 quarterback. My main concern is Josh Allen in the improvised plays.
Yes.
That's
just like our guy.
That can't be, and that's everybody's main concern. When we don't get home in the first 2 seconds, but the coverage is somewhat good enough where he's still holding on to it and he escapes the pocket, that's where we're in trouble. Mm-hmm. Our secondary seems to get lost after 3 seconds. There's always at least one guy that slips coverage, finds a soft spot, whether in zone, man, whatever. Somebody's looking at the quarterback, decides to dive in on him, think he's going to run. He floats one over for a massive gain. It's these improvised plays that are really going to get us. And that kind of encompasses a whole bunch of my matchups to watch. Look at that, Josh Allen, the improvised plays. And I have the Eagles defensive line against the Bills offensive line. This Bills offensive line is really good. Yeah. Just if you look purely at the numbers, you probably know because you're a nut. You probably know, like, oh, yeah, you're talking about this guy, and you're going to name left to right their whole offensive line. No. I just look purely at the stats for them. I know Eagles through and through, but I'm not as big as an NFL just savant like you are. But they allow one of the lowest sack rates amongst all offensive lines. And we've gone against teams like the Commanders who were giving up the most, and we were not. Nothing special. It's
crazy how that works. But I think going back to your point on improvisation. Yeah. We have a quarterback that does that. Very well. So this defense, they're familiar with that kind of, style of play, but can they stop it is the question. I think Dak Prescott did a really good job against us with that. Even Pat Mahomes' last game was a lot of the best plays that they made were him breaking out of the pocket, running, throwing. So it's something that's hard to guard in any sense. So, I think that's something we're gonna have to watch out for.
No, 100%. And look, this Eagles defensive line, I'd argue 80% of the games, they're probably one of the more overrated units in the NFL.
Yeah, this year, for sure.
All you hear, national broadcasters, you're hearing Joe Buck, you're hearing Chris Collinsworth, this vaunted Eagles defensive line, they invest in the trenches. Like, we should have a great defensive line. Hassan Reddick, Jalen Carter, the rookie sensation. Jordan Davis was a high pick. Fletcher Cox is a legend. And look, I know it sounds like we're being negative, folks. Trust me. We're going to be getting hype on the Birds here. I'm just kind of talking about matchups that give me a little bit of trepidation before I get into the Eagles double-digit win.
Right.
But they always come up clutch.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, it seems like the past, 6 games, at least, we have had a massive game-ending, put-it-on-ice sack or pressure that leads to intentional grounding, a crucial bad pass. Every single time. We could have limited pressures the whole game. Late in the game, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter. Somebody is breaking through and getting a massive, massive stop.
Hassan Reddick started that last year. His first breakout game to me as an Eagle was that game against Jacksonville last year where he strip sacked Trevor Lawrence to end the game.
Yeah.
And it's been the same thing the whole time. Like, he is a closer, and you usually think of a closer like a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Like a guy that takes over in the fourth quarter. Hassan Reddick is like our Kobe. Like, he's like a Kobe Bryant defensive end. Hitting the fadeaway at the end of the game is his hitting the sack or the strip sack at the end of the game. So I'm looking for Hassan Reddick to close this one too. I mean, if it comes down,
I don't
to
even
him,
know if it's going to come down to needing that.
I mean, it might.
I'm hoping this is one of the games where they put it all together.
I'm hoping not, but you know how this team is. You know what I mean? You know that this is a team that doesn't, like Colin Cowherd was talking about it. This is their identity. Like they don't look great any game specifically, but you know, they close it out and they figure it out. And that's why, because they have closers on this team.
Yeah, they got finishers.
Yep.
They got finishers on this team. They come in and they finish. What's
Looks
going
like-
on?
looks
We
like
got a guest here
guest.
on the
He
He definitely did something.
Uh-oh.
You definitely did something.
Okay,
There
we're back.
go.
Tried to sabotage the show.
Exactly. Who do we have here on the guest mic?
Am I on?
You're on.
Hello, my name
Have a
is
seat.
We're
John.
on, baby.
What's going on, John?
What's up, guys?
So we're obviously talking a little bit of Eagles Bills. We're talking some matchups right now that scare us. Like we like to start a little bit just honest, let the people know it's kind of give us a little fear, and then we're obviously going to end it very hype. Go Birds! Everybody getting hyped, getting ready for the game. But is there any matchup that really kind of gives you any kind of fear heading into this big Eagles Bills matchup?
Obviously Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do everything: throw, run. He does turn the ball over though, so
Yeah, but not like he did last year. And he does a little bit this year. He started a lot early this year, but he has 12 interceptions, like Tom said. That's nothing insane. And the Eagles, they only intercept the ball on 1.23% of plays.
That's got to change.
Less than 2% of all plays do they get an interception.
okay.
They need to be ball hawks.
Yeah.
And I'm talking the big four: Darius Slade, James Bradbury, Reed Blankenship, Kevin Byard. I need those guys. I don't need, like, I'll take any interception wherever it comes. If it's a tip ball, we got Zach Cunningham catching the ball. Like, I don't care. But we need those four to be ball hawks. We saw last year, Reed Blankenship first game, he outsmarted Aaron Rodgers. He baited him into an interception. He was like, oh, I'm not going here. Boom. Broke on the ball, picked it, gone. I need somebody just baiting Josh Allen, making him think, making his eyes deceive him. Say, that guy's the guy, and break on it and get a pick. Is there any matchups that you're like, oh, Eagles are going to feast in this area?
Any matchups? I'm not sure how good their O-line is, but
Very good.
ours, okay. All right. Well, I'm still looking for the D-line to get after Josh.
Yeah, have to.
Get some tackles.
It seems like the better offensive line they go against, the better they actually do. When they go against crappy O-lines, they still can't seem to do anything. But when they go against these studs, would you like to win a prize, John?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Would you like to win a prize? Okay.
Yes. Give me a somewhat, not a too easy. Yeah.
All right. A little bit challenging.
Yeah,
Do you
give
have a
him a
specific?
lob.
Do you have a
A little
sport?
bit.
You have a sport that you'd like a question in?
Oh, we're doing multiple
We
sports
got all
here.
4 teams here.
Okay.
Any specific sport that you're dying to answer a question on?
All right. I'll go Sixers.
Sixers.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
What is the name of the Sixers mascot?
Benjamin.
His last name?
Benjamin the dog.
No, what's Benjamin's last
Franklin?
name? Franklin.
Okay.
There we go. It's Franklin. Go ahead and give yourself a big spin on the prize wheel.
Thanks for
there.
having me, guys.
Oh, thank you for coming on. Guaranteed win. That's that easy. It's that easy. Give it a good hefty spin. And let's see what we got here. 29, sir. You get to win any of the salt or candle from our wonderful sponsor at Sussex Salts. Locally harvested. Yeah, you can pick any of the salts or the candle. Locally harvested sea salt. Locally harvested. You want the candle?
I would have taken the
She
same
wanted
thing.
the salt.
We
a
were
little more
getting.
important. Yeah, you can get on. Come on, right over
Come
here.
on,
Grab the
come
mic.
on.
John left a drink for you.
I don't know about
Yeah, right
that.
around this side. They're just from different beaches. John, grab your drink before Mason finishes it. He wanted what? He want,
Come on. What's up?
What's going on? Who do we have here? What's going
What's
on,
up,
Mason?
Mason?
Welcome to the Talking 2 and 5 podcast.
Get in the camera too.
Oh yeah. Do you have any thoughts on the Birds this week? No, just
You
go
don't watch-
Birds.
You don't watch
Yeah.
What about the quarterback? No.
You think-
what do
you
you
think-
mean? No. You know who he is?
You think a big night for Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts? No.
You just want to win. You want to win a prize.
You want to win a prize, don't you? Yeah, he wants to
He
win a
just
prize.
wants to win a prize.
He wants to win a prize. Come
All
on.
righty. Let's go ahead and ask you here. What sport do the Philadelphia Eagles play?
Baseball.
Football, correct. There we go. Big Mason, you got anything else to say to the wonderful people here at Ulysses? Can we get a go Birds?
Go Birds.
Go Birds! That's right. Give that big wheel a big spin. What do you want? What do you want?
You had 24.
24. You get any of these wonderful cups here. We got the Phillies, we got the Go
Looks
Birds, we
good.
got the Eagles. For a more wonderful sponsor to complete the room. Folks, it's that easy. You
Go
want to win one of these
Birds.
wonderful
Hey,
prizes,
good job.
hop on, give us your 10 cents, answer a trivia question, and you win a prize. It's that easy, folks. That's how nice it is over at Ulysses. We're serving it up right. Oh, yeah. Give him the mic there. You want to give it a good big Go Birds?
Go Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds. There we go.
What's on his hat?
Does it smell good? I understand. I understand. You give it a big spin.
the wheel.
Give it a
Spin the wheel, baby.
spin.
Come on.
Whoa, big spin. 11. Salt. Well, he didn't answer a question, but
Yeah. Well,
there you go. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful take. Some other areas of concern, because like I said, we're going to start a little, not negative, just a little like, hey, here are some of the concerns we have,
Let's
and then
talk.
we're going to end it real hype.
yep.
Stephon Diggs versus any Eagles cornerback. I mean,
Tough
like,
matchup.
like Slay, when he came here, top 10, top 5 cornerback, I've been very upfront and honest. I think he's just kind of come a guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's been very average. Not bad. He's been very average.
Right.
He's been a guy for the past number of weeks. And so I really need, if Darius Slay is the guy where they're like, hey, you're matching up against him, they barely have somebody truly shadow somebody, but if they give him that task, I need him to really step up to the occasion. I need week 2, 2022, Darius Slay, Justin Jefferson kind of shut down.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think Darius Slay, for what he is now, it's almost one of those situations where you just hope that his veteran experience shines through in those
Yeah.
bigger matchups and those big games. He's not going to give you what he did at age 28,
No.
even 30. But, when a big matchup comes to the table, I feel like he's a game time kind of player, and he'll step up for us. And and that's what I'm hoping for tomorrow and in the playoffs for the most part. But tomorrow, I think we got to throw a lot of different looks at them. I think I'm hoping that what we saw against the Chiefs, where it seemed like, there was a couple miscues by the Chiefs. There's a couple drops, but overall, they looked a lot more buttoned up in terms of communication and where to be and things like that. So hoping that the safeties are getting a little more comfortable and they can, the corners can play a little bit more
Sixers won.
loose. Sixers
Just
did
saw
win.
that.
There we
Sixers
go.
big win.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
127, 123 over Oklahoma City.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. It was actually a lot
A lot
more,
closer than it should
yeah, a
have
lot closer than exactly.
But
at
look,
the
a
end.
win's a win.
But yeah, you got the win, and you move on and you keep going. It's a long season for basketball, not like
Yeah.
football.
No, and like we were talking about Stephon Diggs, my big thing is if you eliminate him, great. If you don't, he needs to be the only guy
Right,
that
just like
does it.
CeeDee Lamb.
Exactly. If you don't eliminate him, make him one-dimensional. Make it him be the only guy, because James Cook, like, obviously last year we were not impressed. Like, James Cook was brought in, Dalvin Cook's younger brother, like a lot of hype behind it all, and he didn't do anything that got anybody very excited. They moved on from Devin Singletary. He's doing big things in Houston right now
yeah.
with Dameon Pierce being out. But James Cook has only, let's see, he has 2 less rushing yards than DeAndre Swift on many less attempts.
Okay. So
He's a more efficient runner.
They're a throwing team.
Yeah, but he has 5 yards per carry.
Okay.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. He's got only 2 yards less than DeAndre Swift.
So James Cook's having a big year this year is what you're saying.
For James Cook, yeah.
Right.
And obviously the Eagles defensive line, they were a run-stuffing, rush defense kind of team for the first 7 weeks of the NFL season, that nobody was rushing for more than 70 yards like total, including quarterbacks, including all the running backs combined. And then you saw last week Isaiah Pacheco had a career day against them. You've obviously been seeing a lot of quarterbacks escaping the pocket, running for a lot of large gains against them. You've been seeing these teams kind of getting it. Again, if you're going to allow Stephon Diggs to have that day, then you got to make him one-dimensional. You have to take away the run game. You have to take away Gabe Davis. You have to take away Josh Allen's run game and just have him be like, sure, we'll give Stephon Diggs 200 yards and a score.
Right.
But that's it. Like, we're not letting anybody else eat. And then obviously, especially with how prolific this offense is, Dalton Kincaid is essentially another wide receiver out there.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid this year.
He's only been there like a starter.
Tight ends, right?
Yeah.
Rookie tight ends.
Oh, rookie tight ends. This is a historic year.
Sam Laporta, Dalton Kincaid.
Historic year for rookie tight ends.
I've even been, I mean, I know Cowboys fans have been a little up and down, but I've been kind of impressed with Schoonmaker too.
Yeah.
So
and then Michael Mayer's been coming on a little bit more as of late.
Darnell Washington from Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
There's some playmakers in this tight end class, and Kincaid's one of them. So him and Laporta have been neck and neck in terms of their talent. Dawson Knox being out has opened that opportunity up for Kincaid. So
he's their number 3 receiver, and he's only been the starter for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's their number 3 receiver already.
He's got him up in fantasy, so I kind of.
Oh, it's a huge pickup. Yeah. He's got 436 yards. Especially if you picked him up on fantasy, he's been a big part of their offense as of late. Touchdown machine in these 3 games that he started in. So it's like, they have their hands full, because last week, obviously, we went up against the best tight end possibly in NFL history.
Yes.
And our main goal, but the nice thing about that was, who else did they have? Who else did they have?
Exactly.
Kadarius Toney is a guy.
Yep.
McCole Hardman, guy. Justin Watson, guy. Sky Moore, guy. Rashid Rice, guy.
Yep.
They're just guys.
Yeah.
Their only big weapon was Travis Kelce, and we put good attention on him. Shout out Coach Joey.
Shout out, Coach.
Shout out the coach. He said, Kevin Byard, we brought him in for this Travis Kelce guy. And he did a damn good job. He locked him up. I mean, also, shout out Chiefs with the old Butterfingers that whole game.
Yeah. That was one of those Marquez.
This one's for you, Marquez Valdez.
Yeah, we said every other receiver. We didn't even remember the guy that made the biggest boo-boo in the game. So
exactly. But again, that's him. That's been his whole career. 6'5", 4.3 speed, but doesn't have the hands. He could be a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah.
The Packers had no problem letting him go when they had a lot of needs at wide receiver.
Yep.
And he's just a dude.
The big fast guys with no hands are a dime a dozen in the NFL.
Yeah, Christian Watson.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
Henry Ruggs serving a 3 to 5 year.
Yeah, that's a whole nother problem on his hands.
Yeah,
not just his hands, but
it's the old wrong button there, the old whoopsie.
But so it was an up and down game. It was definitely a heart pounder, but. Yeah, we only had one weapon to worry about, and that's not the case with this Bills team. It seems like they have a lot more weapons despite having a little lesser talented quarterback, but he's still so talented, so great. And I'm looking forward to seeing the matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because like even when we went up against Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle was in and out the whole game. So it was like Tyreek Hill, and we did a great job shutting down their run game. They were the number 1 rushing, number 1 passing offense.
Yep.
That was like our defense's masterclass that week.
Yep.
And we did a really good job bracketing Tyreek Hill, but you can't bracket 2 guys.
Right.
And you got Stephon Diggs, who's not a burner, but he can still
he can play.
He's like that.
He can get open
he's like
anywhere.
that AJ Brown kind of guy where he works the body position.
Yep.
He's an elite route runner, and he works body position like nobody else. And so he's out there. You need a guy over the top on him, because if he out bodies our guys, where if he's not going up against James Bradbury, he's most likely going up against somebody that's a little bit undersized compared to him. Then you also have to worry about Gabe Davis on the other side, who is a true burner.
Yeah.
He's a burner with hands.
Big.
Yeah, he can really. You saw what was it 2 years ago where it was Bills Chiefs in the last 90 seconds
like
they had 5
touchdowns.
touchdowns,
Yeah.
and Gabe Davis had 3 of them or something, like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, had 4 that game.
Yeah, he can really take over a game, and we absolutely can't allow that. Like, if you got to pick one guy, let that one guy have his night, because the Eagles have shown one guy will not beat them.
True.
You heard, I forget who coach said it was last week, but he was talking like, look, the Chiefs did about everything you need to do to beat the Eagles, and they lost at home.
Yep.
You can't
Absolutely.
rely on that happening 2 weeks in a row.
Nope.
You can't. Like, we're just being honest.
The
like,
Eagles at home are a different animal.
oh,
too.
yeah.
That's
And
another thing.
that's one of the big things I want to talk about, because the Eagles O-line the past couple of weeks has not been performing to their
No.
standard, because while I said the D-line maybe slightly overrated in the national spectrum,
Yeah.
the offensive line is not. This is the elite offensive line in the NFL.
Yeah.
But the past 3 weeks, they have not necessarily played like that.
And you know, people on Twitter always talk about, well, Jalen Hurts has the best O-line and has the best receiver. Just because you have generally the best O-line doesn't mean he doesn't see a bad game from them. And we've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
a couple of them last week against the Chiefs.
Since
they
Lane
were
Johnson allowed that
brutal.
first sack he's allowed in years on week 5,
Yeah.
he's I don't know if that got to him, but he's allowed like 3 since then.
Yeah, they haven't been as buttoned up as we're
Yeah.
used to.
But like you were saying at home, last week they very adamantly spoke that they were having miscommunications
Yeah.
all night long because of the crowd noise.
Did you hear what Cam Jurgens
Yeah.
said? He was like, stay in the huddle until he calls the cadence.
Yeah.
Because they were all mixed up and they weren't paying
I mean,
attention.
shout out to the
that kind of
Kansas
stuff.
City crowd. They were
Yeah,
nuts.
Yeah, Arrowhead's a tough
That's
place
what
to
the
play.
link needs
It's a
to
tough
be
place to
tomorrow.
play. Yep.
Link absolutely needs to be that way tomorrow, because you don't hear through the broadcast booth that kind of volume from fans that I haven't heard that until that game.
It's a tough game. It's a tough place to play. One
Oh,
of the,
yeah.
if not the toughest in the NFL.
And so, but again, Birds won.
Yep. And
Birds came out victorious, and that's what they do.
Man. It's crazy.
Like I can read off stats to you that here where you'd look at them and be like, damn, this is a tough one. If you put record aside,
Yep.
let me tell you some Bill defensive stats versus Eagles offensive stats, how they compare.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, you're going to hear it and be like, that's not great.
Yep.
So Bill's defense allows 17.3 points per game. That's good for 5th best in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles are also 5th best in scoring at
Yeah.
27.3. So that's going to be a good matchup to see what happens there. But the Bills defense only allows 314 yards per game. That's good for 10th. On offense and defense, almost every stat, the Bills are in top 10. And
That's
almost
crazy.
every major stat on
They
offense
just
and
had
defense.
some like unfortunate losses.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Seriously. They
Crazy.
only allow 1.8 touchdowns per game. That's good for 4th best in the NFL. Eagles
crazy.
have 3.1 touchdowns per game. Good for 7th. Their sack rate is absurd. 10%.
As in how many times they sack
10% of passing plays, they get a sack.
the Bills.
Yes.
Oh man. That's gonna
Every
be
10
tough.
passing plays, they have a sack.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. The Eagles allow a sack on 7.63%, which is one of the bottom in the league. That's one of the big surprising stats. And it's obviously taken a big dive as of late,
Yeah.
as Jalen's been taking more sacks. And
Yep.
look, a big part of that is his knee, is
Yeah.
that inescapability that he doesn't have right now. 3rd down percentage, allowing opponents to convert. This is the part where we can really feast. They allow 38.62% of 3rd downs to be converted, middle of the pack, 15th. And then 4th down, they allow over 50% to be converted,
That's not
57%.
good against the tush
And the
push.
Eagles have the NFL leading 77% 4th down conversion rate. So if we don't get these 1st and 2nd downs, and the Eagles are also 1st and 3rd down conversion percentage,
Right.
with 48%.
It's that tush push, man. We don't start at 1st and 10. We start at 1st and 9.
Oh yeah,
You know?
you get to 1 yard, it's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee.
As long as Brian Johnson takes his head out of his ass and doesn't do some weird shotgun draw to DeAndre Swift for a 3-yard loss. Like that was one of the dumbest play calls I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But they match up pretty well. And then Bill's offense against the Eagles defense, this is where it gets a little scary. They get 26.7 points per game. We allow 21.2, 15th in the NFL, middle of the pack.
Okay.
They get 372 yards per game, good for 3rd. We allow 324 yards per game, again, middle of the pack, 14th. They get 3.2 touchdowns per game. They average that. So they're already averaging just
That's a good
21,
team, man.
20, I guess mathematically, 22.5 points per game, strictly on the touchdown, no field goals. And they have a good kicker in Tyler Bass.
Yeah.
That's good for a 2nd in the NFL. We allow 2.6 touchdowns per game on defense, 26th in the NFL.
Man, I'll tell you what. If you're an Eagles fan and a Bills fan, you probably hope that your team runs away with it. But the rest of the NFL world is hoping for fireworks. And I'm feeling like this could be one of those games where it's fireworks.
No, it really could. And then the big glaring one to me, the Buffalo Bills are number 1 in the NFL in red zone conversion percentage in touchdowns, not points. They get a touchdown when they're in the red zone 66% of the time. And the Eagles are 29th in the NFL with a 62.5% touchdown rate allowed. They
the
allow
red zone?
touchdowns in the red zone at 63%
Oh, we're
of the
better
time.
than that. Dang.
No, they're one of the
And
worst
Dak
in the
couldn't
NFL.
score from the 6? That's crazy.
No, exactly. Also, again, shouting out anybody here at Ulysses. If you would like to win one of these wonderful prizes, hop on the
Step
mic.
right up.
Step right up. Talk for a little bit. Give us your take. Tom's got the mic here. Bill's behind the bar. I see some people, some wonderful patrons here at Ulysses staring at the mic, thinking, listening to us, thinking, I disagree with that. Come on up and tell us that we're being dumb.
Get your stateside. $6 a pop.
$6 a pop stateside mixed drinks, stateside seltzers. It's a great deal. Also, if you're looking at this little laminated thing here, you can check out our merch. Mailata's House of Pancakes, worn by none other than Jordan Mailata himself, worn by Brian Baldinger, worn by Nick Sirianni. Not a big deal. Listen,
Nick Sirianni's the ultimate T-shirt guy.
Oh, he's the GOAT.
And he wore a Talkin 215 M-Hop Jordan Mailata shirt. You need yours.
You need yours. Also, like we said, a portion of every M-Hop T-shirt sale goes to Eagles Autism. Bill serving it up nice, serving it up right. Again, $6 statesides. You can't beat it. We got the White Glove guest mic. Do you have a car? Does anybody here, did you come by car? Because you can win a White Glove car wash. Actually, we're giving away 2-packs. You get a 2-pack of car washes for you and your wife. You can come on, you can win it. It's very, very easy. You almost get a free spin if you're wearing flannel. Almost. So you come on up here. We got Kenny in the crowd. He knows how this prize works. He's
Kenny.
a big Sussex Salt winner last week. Big Flyers guy as well, as the Flyers are facing off against, what's that, the Sabres? No, Islanders.
No,
I was
Islanders
going to say,
tonight.
if it was the Sabres, they played the Sabres like 7 times already.
Well, that would have been nuts because that's a Buffalo team.
Yeah.
Would have been 2 Buffalo.
Oh, it would have been nuts. That was like the old Phillies, Astros, Eagles, Texans last year. Oh, man, that was nuts. Let me talk about some of the things that we do damn well. And when we want to,
That's what I've been waiting for.
we can run that damn ball
Heck yeah.
real good. And that is their biggest weakness. Their rush yards allowed per game, they allow 4.5 yards per rush. That's 29th in the NFL.
Man.
While their defensive line feasts at pass rush, they are complete. They got a bunch of Javon Hargraves there. Beast at pass rush, liability in the rush game.
Ed Oliver. The D tackle, Ed Oliver.
I thought you were talking about Ed Porky Oliver, is the legendary golfer from Delaware.
No, Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver's a known name around these parts.
I did not know that, but Ed Oliver, their D tackle, he is very much a pass rusher. And then they have their linebacker that they lost to the Bills. Terrell Edmonds, our safety.
Yeah.
They had Tremaine Edmonds, who they drafted in the first round, but they lost him to a monster contract to the Chicago Bears in the offseason.
Yeah.
So that could definitely have something
Bears
to do.
were very active in the
Could have
offseason.
something to do with their loss of they stole TJ Edwards from us too. So
Yeah, but he's a Chicago boy, and when he signed
Again,
the first hour of free agency,
Yeah.
I knew it was decided long before free agency. I'm going to the Bears no matter what. Like you seen Draft Day,
Right,
Kevin Costner
right,
movie.
yeah.
It's like he had the folded up paper, Bears no
They
matter
knew it.
what.
Yeah,
That's what he was thinking. Because I love TJ Edwards, big TJ Edwards guy.
Same.
He was the best linebacker we've had since Mufasa.
Yeah.
Since D'Amico. He was the best linebacker we had
And he
since
was
D'Amico.
homegrown too. He was a UDFA guy that came in. Yeah, so
But he was Chicago born and raised.
he was more of a run stopper as well. So
Yeah.
they added
Beast.
Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards in Chicago to stop the run. And that definitely could have taken a toll on the Bills' run defense for sure. So
Now, let me ask you this. With Derek Barnett getting cut, we have an extra roster spot. There was a linebacker that was
called
cut
up,
this
They called
week.
up Quez though.
They called up. They did elevate Quez off the IR.
But did you see?
They can go ahead and cut Quez.
Did you see Jennifer Slay's tweet?
Yeah, but did you see John Barcher, big fan of the show, great guy. He quote tweeted. He said, "Nah, she's just watching Deal or No Deal."
I said that.
Yeah, you said it too.
I said it.
You said it too. He said it the same.
Oh, come on.
He
Come
said,
on.
"Shout out Tom,
Dude,
Tomahawk Steaks."
I was
He was like,
on
"Nah, she
that.
just must be watching Deal or No
I was
Deal."
on that. Because I knew. I was like, Howie Mandel. What show was he on? I had to Google it. 'Cause I know he was a host of something. I was like, oh yeah, that was it. But yeah, I definitely beat you
And
to
didn't
that,
you say
Johnny.
like he's dealing or something? And I was like, Deal or No Deal?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there ain't no like. But somebody on radio was saying today like he followed Darius Slay, Shaq. Was it Shaq Loss? What's his last name?
Shaq Leonard. It's
Shaq Leonard.
Darius Leonard. Yeah, it was Darius Leonard when he came in the league, and then his middle name's Shaquille. So he was like,
Now it's
I
Shaq
want to be
Leonard.
called Shaq.
Also,
Leonard.
shout out to him. Day he was cut, still giving away turkeys.
Giving away
In Illinois, he signed up
Great
to
guy.
for charitable work. He went out and was giving away meals the day, like hours after he was cut.
Great guy.
Yeah,
I've always liked
Class.
him. I'll tell you what, my cousin is a big like bodybuilding workout guy,
There you go.
and he loves following NFL players for like that kind of stuff. Like he was a big fan of James Harrison from the Steelers because of his workouts.
Yeah.
So I told him years ago, I was like, "There's this guy Darius Leonard, you should check him out." And he was one of my favorite players, and he was like, "I never heard of him." I was like, "He's a Colts linebacker, he's young," and so I'm not like just jumping on this Darius Leonard bandwagon. I've been a fan of him,
Yeah.
so I really want him as part of the Eagles just because I've been a big fan of
you're
the
already
guy.
hearing all the rumors that they're interested. It's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Eagles,
I mean,
Cowboys,
they worked
and there's
out
one.
Anthony Barr.
Yeah,
So, and I had that scoop too. If you didn't notice that, did you see
Tomahawk
that?
Steaks with the scoops.
Yeah.
Tommy Scoops. Tommy Scoops.
Scoop guy.
We got anybody hopping on? Big Ben hopping on the old mic. Now, Jim, well, I've tried to get Jim on for weeks. I keep getting stuck with his manager. Keep getting the real ring around.
Keep going.
I'll
to
take Jim
voicemail.
Senior.
All right, we got a guest hopping on.
Yeah, we'll
Hopping
hop
on
on
real
real
quick.
quick. What's going on, sir? Who we
Hey,
got
Talkin
here?
215.
Talking 215.
Long
baby.
time, first time?
Long time listener, first time at Ulysses
About
podcast.
Ulysses. About ninth time on the pod.
Yeah.
What's
Love
going
it.
on, Ben?
Dude, I'm just hyped. I think this
Fired up.
is the top of the hill. We handle the Bills. We crush them.
Crush 'em.
Wow.
And then it's downhill to a Super Bowl win.
Just
Love
easy
that.
sledding.
Downhill.
Easy sledding as we're coming into winter season. Snow falling on
Yep.
the ground.
Yep. We're going to embarrass the Cowboys.
Wow.
I'll be actually with Joey for the Cowboys game.
Oh, out in-
watching it out in
Out in
Jacksonville,
Florida. I
out in
love
Florida,
that. Love that.
with this guy. We're heading down to Florida in 2 weeks.
I'm hyped.
What's the occasion for that?
Christmas.
Yeah, we said it was podcast business.
Yeah, we
like
told our
to our
significant others.
banks and our significant others that we were on a podcast trip.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple pitches to do down in Florida about the Eagles.
Yeah. And we're doing early Clearwater spring training takes.
We're looking for the pitchers and catchers.
Yeah, we're looking for them. We ain't find them. We're finding pitchers, as in pitchers in England.
Exactly.
Pictures of beer, baby. Come on. I mean, I'm sure Jake's
We'll have
told you.
pitchers and we'll have catchers.
I'm sure Jake's told you I'm a big Cowboys hater. So any Cowboy slander is very welcome as long as I'm here.
Oh,
What do you think about our 302 friends that wear nonstop cowboy gears
slugs?
and hit up the certain train station in the city?
I see it in Philly even, and it's disgusting. I can't do the Philly Cowboy fan.
No,
thing.
and I love you ask them, oh, where were you? Where are you from? Delco.
Yeah.
Where's your dad from? Delco.
Yeah.
You got any family in Texas? No. You ever been to Texas? No.
No.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, America's team. And I'll be
Yeah,
like,
like, okay.
you couldn't even spell Cowboys.
America is in shambles right now.
Right. And we couldn't spell Eagles unless that was our cheer, but we got that down at this point.
When it's part of our cheer, it makes it tough not to.
Right.
I mean, we got
No, but I mean, we
We'll
beat them the
finish with
first
that one.
time. We beat them the first time. We'll beat
gets
them
the
again.
Ulysses
Gets the
hike.
crowd going.
All right, but we're talking Eagles Bills here. We'll talk Cowboys in 2 weeks. Eagles Bills.
True.
You're saying we're going to handle them. There hasn't really been a game since maybe the Buccaneers game, and that
I
was
was there.
even not perfect.
I got a hot
was
take.
there.
Hot take.
I think Josh Allen had a stroke. His face this year does not look like his face any other
What
year.
a take.
He's thrown
He's not throwing that many
13
interceptions.
interceptions.
Thrown 12.
No, 13 after the first play of our game.
Oh, okay.
Big play Slay has been saving all his interceptions for this game.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's going to
baby.
double his 2 interceptions to make it 4 by the end of the game.
Wow.
Bold take, hot take.
Wow.
Hot take.
That deserves a spin on the wheel.
No
right
play
off the
Slay
rip.
walking up.
What team would you like a trivia question on? You can pick any team. Obviously not
Any
the Sixers.
any
You're not a
Philly
big
team.
Sixers guy.
The Philly, is it the Bulldogs, our lacrosse team?
No, we're not doing Philly Wings.
No, it's a different.
That's the Wings, the lacrosse team. It's the Wings. That's the lacrosse team.
How about
I do know
Birds?
Birds.
Birds. I love
All right. What do you think? Listening?
I like that one.
It's a tough one. You watch the Super Bowl? The
I did watch
2017,
the Super Bowl.
2017 Super Bowl.
I did watch the Super Bowl.
You know the most famous play in NFL Super Bowl history?
Yeah, I think I got a T-shirt about it.
Who were the 4 players that touched the ball in that play?
Big Dick Nick.
One.
One was a tight end, one was a running back, one is a center.
And you got to say the center who snapped him the ball.
Kelsey.
That's
Goddard.
two. No Goddard.
Would you like a different question?
Goddard was
Yeah,
not
for
in
sure.
there.
We'll give you a different question. Golly. Come on. All right.
I had
who-
a couple to drink on that.
All right. Who did the Eagles beat 3 times last season,
3 times? Are we including the preseason?
including playoffs? They only faced one team 3 times, and they beat them. Obviously, you know it has to be an NFC East
I'm
opponent.
thinking Falcons.
How would they see the Falcons 3 times?
It just came to me.
No.
Intuition.
If you
I don't
only
think they
face the,
played them
the
once.
NFC East opponents are the only team you face twice in the regular season. And you can't see somebody twice in the postseason.
Look, it would
And
be-
the
it would
Redskins
be-
So
didn't
I'm
make the
guessing
playoffs.
Giants, Redskins.
Giants.
Yeah,
Giants.
Giants.
There we go.
I'm gonna lock it in.
Lock it in. Final answer. All right, give it a spin before you go.
All right, I will.
A good
Spin the
hefty
wheel.
spin.
We're giving away more prizes, folks. More prizes.
That easy.
I hope it's a trip to Florida.
What is it?
25.
25. You won 2 free car washes from our friends at White Glove Car Wash.
Let's go.
Big winner. You could be next. You're thinking, you hop on, spin the wheel. You can win a car wash for you and your loved one there. Anybody?
Kenny.
Big K man.
That is a.
Jim Sr., we're looking at you, bud. And again, $6 statesides at Ulysses Pub and Grill. Are you kidding me? You like stateside? Philadelphia owned?
I love stateside.
Philadelphia's own.
I love
You're
stateside.
getting stateside mixed drinks, stateside seltzers. We're talking $6 stateside special. Say that 6 times fast.
$6 stateside specials.
It's tough.
I'm gonna say it once.
We got it once. It's a mouthful. It really is. Look, we got the White Glove guest mic here. We got White Glove car washes to give away. We got these lovely cups here. I mean, look at these suckers. Look at them. They're wonderful. We got the insulated wine glass. You can take that right into the link, guaranteed.
Gesture with your hands a lot. And you have
You got a lid
know?
on it. You Italian, you gesturing, hand motions, not spilling a
Good for the
drop.
good for the
She's liking
holidays.
it. You want to win this? Look at it. You like the Phillies?
Come on up. Come on up. Come
Spin
on
the
up.
wheel.
Come on up.
We're calling you out
Yep.
with a hat like that.
With a
You're
hat
born.
like
You're
that.
born for trivia
Come on.
questions. You're born for a trivia question, Bill. Cut her off until she answers the question. No, I'm kidding. Serve her statesides until she answers.
Stateside, $6.
Justin Backers
Down. Come
here
on
back at
down.
Ulysses. Look, anybody, come on down. It's that simple. 2 car washes. I know I see a lot of you with your loved one. You got a car, they got a car. They're both dirty. I guarantee you, they're both dirty.
Especially this time of year.
This time
It's
of
just
year,
getting
the
cold.
brine in the roads.
It's getting cold.
Oh boy,
the
there's
frost. The
still
frost stain
the
on
last
car.
of the pollen just getting out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
The brine on the roads. You're not far from them treating the roads.
No.
That's a nightmare on the paint.
You might
Nightmare.
need a car wash.
You might.
Couple. You
Couple.
need two.
You get
And
two
guess
of them.
what? We got two of them right here.
Right here.
here.
I'll tell you what. Best deal at second best deal at Ulysses. Best deal is the $6 state sides.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep.
Would you like a trivia question?
I'll take one.
Tom's getting a trivia question.
Taking a trivia question, folks.
These are all pretty easy, but I'll give you one
I'll-
that's on. I probably none of them are past. Probably I'll give it a medium.
All
If
right.
we're talking on the scale.
Eagles?
None of them are past a medium. This is a Philly sports question, but
Okay.
any real Philly sports fan
Oh boy.
should know the answer to this.
All right. I'll take it.
What year did all 4 Philly teams make it to the finals?
No shot, dude. What? It's got to be. I was gonna say it's got. They all 4 of them did.
All 4 of them made it. Only one of them won.
Because I know all the years the Eagles went, and I know those years the years that I was alive for at least that they didn't. So 1980 would have been my default.
That easy, folks. It's that easy.
Give me one more.
You want a prize?
I'll take this. I'll take the Philly special question.
The Philly special question. What 4 players touched the ball in the Philly special play?
Center.
Give him a second to let the audience mull it over for a second.
Soak that in, folks.
What 4 players touched the ball in the Philly special play? If you know the answer, you can come on up and answer it.
She knows
And
one.
you get a spin of the wheel. What 4 players touched the ball in the Philly special play?
For a chance at one of these beautiful prizes.
We got a tag team back again. Been too long.
I love the Jeff Garcia jersey. That's unreal.
Jeff
Unreal.
Garcia, the best quarterback, the number 7 the Eagles have had.
Okay.
He is one of them.
2.
Okay.
All right, Jim, no. You said you were coming up with me, not to come over here.
Here we go.
You gotta come on up. You gotta
we
come
go.
on up.
Now.
Jim.
My heart
Jim,
is beating
Jim.
out of my chest.
Oh man.
Okay. All
All right,
ready?
share the mic.
Okay, you say the first one.
Well, Kelsey is first.
Right.
Center Jason Kelsey is
Yep.
correct.
Correct.
Okay, I know. Oh, wait, who did I say? Foles.
Correct.
Nick Foles is the quarterback that
Okay.
caught the ball in the
That's
end zone.
2.
There are
Correct.
2 people in the middle.
Clement is the one.
Corey Clement is correct. The running back that pitched the ball to who that threw it for the touchdown. He is a tight end.
The tight end. No, that's not our answer. That's not our answer.
Not her answer. Not their answer.
It's my turn to answer.
This is a tough one.
Anybody in the
toughest
crowd
one.
know the tight end? It involves
Trey Burton is
Oh,
correct.
You win.
And what's crazy about that play is that Trey Burton and Corey Clement were undrafted free agents.
50% of that play was undrafted. free agents.
and then
And the other 2 were 5th round picks.
and a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Nick Foles,
Nick Foles
was a third,
and 5th round with
Jason Kelsey was a fifth.
Nuts. The
Unreal.
highest drafted player and the best play in Super Bowl history was a 3rd round pick.
3rd round
A
pick.
back-
That
a
started
backup
that one
quarterback.
Super Bowl MVP, by the way.
Of course.
The guy who got that one can spin the wheel.
Sir Kenny.
Kenny's friend.
Kenny's friend. You can spin the wheel.
Wheel for a prize.
You've
Come on.
earned a spin of the wheel. Big spin, no whammies, no whammies. Big money, no whammies, no whammies. 35 is the big prize. 23. That's not the big one, but that's still
That's
a
a
good
car
one.
wash.
That is, you can choose any of the salt or candle. Give that a sniff.
Salt or the candle.
Locally harvested sea salt from the Delaware beaches, filtered and turned down into delicious flaky sea salt.
Candle.
Wonderful.
Going for the candle.
That's a wonderful prize.
Come on. He wants to come on.
Yeah, he does.
Let's go.
Of course he does. Who doesn't?
Hello.
I'll tell you, we're getting overrun here.
Here we go.
Who,
All
do
right.
we got on
We're
the pod
talking
here?
Eagles. So what
My
I've
name is
heard,
Rob. Nice to meet you guys.
Rob?
Rob, I heard that you're.
Thank
Is he going to the game with you tomorrow?
Yes.
So he's a
Wow.
Bills guy, and
Yes.
you're an Eagles guy.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about that dynamic. What
Mhm.
are you thinking tomorrow for the game tomorrow? Like, what do we got?
I'm thinking a turnover or two via
Turnover
Josh
too.
Allen.
Okay, all right.
I'm thinking I think the Bills offense is going to show up. They're going to put some points up, but I
Yep.
really think it's going to come down to how well their backfield's going to play, because they have somewhat of a running game, but they
Sure.
haven't really been able to use it too much just
Yeah.
because of the turmoil of the Bills season.
Sure.
So I think if they can, defense shows up as they usually do, because in the first half of the season, is kind of questionable, but
Yeah.
now they're actually showing up. So I think it all depends on that, but I'm thinking 28-24 Eagles tomorrow.
Eagles win it.
In a somewhat of a thriller, but not too much of a thriller to where we can exhale at the end of the game and not keel
nice.
over.
It would be nice to exhale, huh?
Yes. Oh, it's all these past games that we've had have been just a little bit too much on the heart.
What I like to call blood games. They're
Yes.
it's brutal. It's bare knuckle fist fighting. But you know me, I was telling Kenny before the show started, I've been to over 100 Eagles games. I'm a big
Wow.
tailgate guy. I'm a big live game guy. What do you guys got planned for the tailgate tomorrow?
So what we're going to be doing is he's going to be coming to pick me up. We're going to Uber up there. We're not going to drive. Take
Love
that
it.
out of the
Love it.
equation.
Good call.
We're going to get a couple Casapula subs.
There we go.
He's
That
going to pick
sounds
up
good to
a
me.
12-pack of some alcoholic beverages.
There we go.
And then we're just going to roam the parking lot, just see where the tide takes us.
And unfortunately, you're going to end up with a bunch of Bills fans.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we can put him through a table as well.
I like that.
That's probably the main thing that I'm going to be trying to do for him tomorrow is put this dude through a table.
Dude, if they're doing that in Philly, she's like, nah.
What Mama don't
Man.
know won't hurt her.
You're right. She said we have bills to pay, and it's the Buffalo Bills that are playing. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Kenny's Bill's backer, his
One
back going through a table.
Yeah, one of those bills is gonna be a hospital bill. So it's gonna right through. Let's put him through this table right now. How about
Yes,
we do
let's
that?
do
Now, Kenny's a great guy. I hope you guys enjoy the game. It's
All
gonna
right,
be
thank you. Thanks for
so
letting me hop
fun.
on here.
Yeah, absolutely,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Have
Go
a good
Birds.
time and go Birds, baby. Come on, give it up. Give it up for him. Give it up for him. Well, my co-host has left me alone, so I don't know what to say now. Jake, what are you doing? Drinking. He's drinking. He wants another drink. Go Birds. Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to hop on, like we've said, step on up. Here he comes. And he's back.
We're going to take a 5-minute potty break.
Dun, 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 dun. Play the song.